All right, chat. Welcome to the deeper level tonight. As you all know, if you're tuned into this live or you're going to watch this later as a video on demand, make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you get notified every time that I go live and more content becomes available right here on this channel. Um, Let me unlock this right quick. Right now, I'm just kind of playing with my animations real quick. Alex, what's good, brother? Yes, sir. It sure is, man. You are absolutely right. The level is definitely going to get deeper tomorrow, bro. Yeah, I appreciate that info that you sent me too. And like I said, I never really thought about that perspective um, of things as it relates to the symbiote binding with Peter, and uh, tying Carnage in and all that, man, that definitely could be the route that they go. I mean, that's a really good take um, on that. So who knows, man? Because again, they've got the clearance to tell an original story. So you know, I mean, who knows exactly what all we might see. But how's your day going, man? How you doing? Have you checked out the Flash yet? And again, bear with me as I get these widgets set up. All right, boom, there we go. All right, that one's right. So yeah, like I said, we just hanging out tonight. We just chilling, you know. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about. All right, boom, there we go. Baby boy 56, what's good, man? Um, Hey, appreciate you so much. Appreciate the love to the channel, man. I don't take it for granted. Again, I don't consider myself to be just some huge YouTuber or content creator, but I'm very appreciative to the small channel that we have right now. We're definitely trying to make an impact. Hey, Tommy Stone, what's good, man? What's up? Hope your night is going well. Heimdall in the building, man. What's up? All is well, Tommy. The channel is growing good. I can't complain. I've been doing this now, this content creation thing for what, a year and a half. And I've already broken the 1,000 subscriber mark. So I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. I understand that this stuff does not happen overnight. And so, I'm grateful for the journey. Also, been able to interview some very cool celebrities here on my channel, and some huge YouTube content creators. Just appreciate the love and support from some of the bigger people like Evan Caboose, different people that shout me out and tweet me out. I tell you, I don't take it for granted. J Shock Blast, Sadat the Gamer, just to name a few. I really appreciate it. And I got some more guests that are going to be coming on this year. So, it's definitely going to be a great season 2 of the Deeper Level. Yes, Coney Island. Matter of fact, let's talk about this. Let's get this pulled up. I'm glad you said that, Alex, because that's some information that we definitely need to cover. So let me get on that because I saw that you had tagged me in it, but I didn't really get to look at this in depth. So we're gonna talk about that in a second. Let's see. Stuck on Diablo, man. How is it, Heimdall? Because I've never played a Diablo, like, ever. I didn't play one, two, or three, so I was kind of hesitant to jump in on four simply because I didn't know if it's one of those things that I would have had to known the lore of what previously happened in other ones to play this one. So how is that? Is it like a standalone story by itself? And appreciate that, Tommy. For real, for real. You know what? Right now, Tommy, like I'm really good. I'm not really, of course I'm always interested in growing, but at this particular time, I don't really have a budget, I guess, to pay for anything additional. So, just kind of taking it one day at a time. Because again, I'm not a full time streamer. Tommy, I really do this part time. So, I've got a main gig in corporate America, which is, very lucrative. So, at this time, I'm not really interested in doing anything additional outside of what I'm already doing. You've been a fan since the 90s. Got Key on it. And man, you know what? I did see that. I did see that Key was playing, man. So now that I know you're responsible for that, and I know he normally doesn't play anything that is not either a great looter, um, either a great first person shooter. So I know he's about like me as it relates to the online mechanics and aspects of stuff because we really need more online games to keep us united. Um, this is a character that they've never shown before in the series, but if you wanted to watch a recap references, but it's not really necessary. I got you. I got you. And you know what? I got to get a chat box. And again, too, we just chilling in the night chat. There are some specific things that I'm going to cover. But I got about, another close to an hour to hang out. So bear with me right quick. I'm going to just kind of set up um, the chat capture. Because again, this is a whole different profile that I'm streaming on. Let me see. Image, browser source, window, donation, subscription. It may be an alert box, but I think it's gonna be kind of like more so of chat. Um, One of the best looters out right now. And you know what? I feel you on that, man, because I got a lot of people that I know that are credible gamers and stuff like that, and they're playing it. So it's definitely got to be something to it. Let's see, merge, follow, subscription, donation, YouTube membership. Okay, so actually, what I can do, chat, all of this stuff I can copy really from my other profile. So I'm not finna get all bogged down into this. Um, in the stat management, really deep diving into bills. This is your game. You can do all that. Don't have to either. You can see what works for you. Yeah, you know what? My thing is now with it being so close to Final Fantasy 16, like I'm gonna put everything up and rock with that. So I'm gonna be on that real tough. Of course, I've been playing a little bit of season 4 of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. I just finished the demo for Final Fantasy 16, which was mind blowing, bro. Hey, Matthew, what's up, man? Going to YouTube, it's easier for you to use that. I totally understand. Let's get into this right quick. Okay, so this is some information that my buddy Alex sent me, and this is definitely amazing. Um, I didn't know about it. Um, Hold up, live on Smith's now. All right, yeah, okay. So check this out now. This is part of one of the topics that I was gonna cover. So it is live right now for pre-orders. If you are, yeah, so Australia, UK, um, Switzerland, France, Germany. So any of those spots, the pre-orders for the collector's edition of Marvel Spider-Man 2 is now live. So check it out, chat. Yeah, check it out because I promise you, if I was in any one of those countries, like I pulled the trigger tonight, because as we all know, tomorrow the pre-orders go live, at 9 o'clock Central Time tomorrow, or 10 o'clock Central Time tomorrow, I believe. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it pulled up and in just a second, and we're gonna see exactly when it is. But let me cover this right quick. So it was confirmed that Coney Island will be added to the map alongside Brooklyn and Queens. Now, we already knew about Brooklyn and Queens for Marvel Spider-Man 2. We already, hey, appreciate that, Heimdall. Appreciate the sub, the tier 1 sub too. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Let's go. Um, but we knew about Brooklyn and Queens, but Coney Island, this is huge. This is like a huge bonus. So it says love from the monstrous Venom. Uh, where we at here? Okay, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Miles Morales will face ultimate test of strength inside and outside the mask as they fight to save the city, each other, and the ones they love from the monstrous Venom and the dangerous new symbiote threat. Explore an expansive Marvel's New York with faster web swinging and the all new web wings, quickly switching between Peter and Miles to experience different stories, epic new abilities, and high tech gear. Wield Peter's symbiote abilities and Miles' explosive bioelectric powers in battle against the new iconic Marvel supervillains. Supervillains, plural, don't miss that, including an original take on symbiote infused Venom, the ruthless Craven the Hunter, the volatile Lizard, and more from the Marvel's Rogues Gallery. And more, okay? Feel the power of Spider Man in your hands, haptic feedback, experience the full force of Peter and Miles' new abilities at your fingertips with responsive vibrations, adaptive triggers, master acrobatic moves, execute thrilling combos, and discover the breathtaking excitement of web swinging traversal. Um, oh, you good, Heimdall? No problem. Hit that text wall. They're gonna do seasonal characters. Bet. Okay, 10 o'clock Eastern for you in Georgia. So that is right. I did have it right. So 9 o'clock Central Time for me because I'm on Central. I'm in Texas. So 9 o'clock, you best believe I'm going to be on it, buddy. Now, listen, you're going to be competing against bots. I'm telling y'all right now, we are going to be competing against bots. If there's ever been something that could make the PlayStation website crash, this is definitely going to be it. All right, so it says live the superhero life. Tempest 3D audio tech, pinpoint the sounds of webs, bioelectric powers, bustling traffic, responsive New Yorkers, and dangerous enemy attacks. Stunning visuals. Explore beautifully vibrant new environments and locations, including Brooklyn and Queens, Coney Island, and more. I'm going to say that again, and more. I'm gonna say that one more time, chat. And more. Okay. This map is already gonna be twice the size that it was. Opening up those boroughs, Brooklyns, and Queens automatically was gonna make the map twice the size of what it was before. But now they're opening up Coney Island and more. I mean, who knows? We could get all five. How many boroughs does New York have? Is it 4 or 5? Let me see how many boroughs in New York. 5 boroughs. Okay, they got 5 boroughs, chat. So we getting Brooklyn, we getting Queens, we getting Coney Island, and we getting more. Now I will say this: if we're not getting all 5 boroughs, then the next game they're gonna open it up and we'll get all 5. But I mean, I didn't even know that Coney Island was gonna be a part of the map for Spider-Man 2. So that's huge, chat. So that just got confirmed. So shout out to Alex for tagging me in this information on Twitter and sending me that. Hey, my guy N3000, what's good, man? Yeah, so you're getting the digital deluxe and pre-ordering on your PS5. That's what's up, Alex, for sure. So tomorrow is the day to get it in. The pre-orders go live tomorrow at 9 o'clock a.m. if you're Central Time Zone like me, 10 o'clock if you're Eastern, and then that's going to make it like 7 o'clock Pacific time or whatnot. They didn't in the first game. If you played the first game, you only got one borough in 3000, and that map was huge for Spider-Man. On this one, what I was saying is that we already knew they were going to open up the Brooklyn and Queens boroughs, which means that it's going to be twice the size of the first map. So that's huge. They had committed to doing that, but it was just confirmed today that not only are they giving us the Brooklyn borough, the Queens borough on top of the New York borough, but Coney Island is also confirmed. We just learned that today. So Coney Island is going to be added into the map. So really giving us Brooklyn and Queens was more than I expected them to do. But opening up Coney Island too, so, boom, that's going to give us 4 boroughs right there, which is more, to go from 1 to 4. That's huge. I mean, nah, I mean, it depends on how you look at that. But with me personally, when you got one borough in a game and they open up another 3 boroughs, I mean, that's more than anybody. Because if they wanted to go in succession, the first game, they could have said, okay, look, Spider-Man PS4, we're going to give y'all 1 borough like they did. All right. Spider-Man 2, we're going to give y'all an additional borough. So that really would have been more than any of us could ask for if they had just said, look, we're going to include Brooklyn. That's another borough. Boom. But the fact that they threw in Brooklyn, Queens, and Coney Island, I mean, it's only so much that they can do with this particular platform. Because again, next generation is not so much about graphics, but it's about functionality as well. So they're still limited and restricted to what a console can do. To pack in 3 additional boroughs, knowing how big the game was, I mean, that's a lot. That's asking for a whole lot. So, if by the time we get to PlayStation 6, boom, if it's not enough room in there to give us that 5th borough, then that's when you drop it. But this was definitely more than I was expecting. Matthew Lopez going for the physical standard. Can't do collector's edition. I feel you, Matthew. I saw what you were saying on your post the other day when we talked. They can always add another via DLC later too. They can, Heimdall. It just depends on, again, if it's enough room to actually do that and they're not limited or restricted by the technology in any shape, form, or fashion. So, I mean, if it's possible, who knows, they may can. Okay, Coney Island isn't actually a borough. Brooklyn are the same. Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, so I mean, again, they're giving us 3 boroughs, and like Heimdall said, who knows what they save for the DLC? Because the first game, they gave us, 3 DLCs on top of the original game. So as Tony Todd was saying on my podcast, he was like, put a pin in 2024. He didn't say why, but we already know the DLC is coming with the game. But yeah, so that's it, Heimdall. The GPU may not be able to handle it without dealing with the pop and considering speed you can travel at. Exactly. I mean, technology is limited, whereas PC gaming, you don't really have those limitations like you do with console gaming. There's only so much that they can do and still not compromise in any other areas. Jim Ryan was saying that, the head of PlayStation, that when they built this game, Spider-Man 2, from the ground up, they built it with no compromises. In other words, they maximized everything that they could do with the system's technology. They got every single ounce out of what the PlayStation 5 is capable of. So, again, it's limited. From a development standpoint, when you're a developer, there's only so much you can put in the game without that GPU, not being able to process and handle, what's going on. So, I mean, hey, trust me, if it's possible, I'm sure they would have gave it to us. But the fact that we're getting Brooklyn, Queens, Coney Island, and just New York in general, I mean, I'm surprised we're getting that much, truth be told. But yeah, so that was confirmed today. Let's see. Let me go back and I want to get this pulled up right quick because, again, don't forget, chat, that the pre-orders go live tomorrow at 9 o'clock Central Time. I'm gonna pull up something right quick because I want y'all to see this. Um, yeah, can we talk about the responsive New Yorkers and bustling traffic? Exactly. That's something else that they added. Let me pull this back up because you really got to look at the wording on this. It says they're giving us bustling traffic and responsive New Yorkers. So in other words, and this is a lot. I'm telling y'all, this game is processing so much. The fact that it's populated, we're getting a populated New York. You know, of course, anybody could do a New York and have it be a ghost town, you know, like a lot of other games. But this, you know, we're getting responsive New Yorkers. So basically, they're going to be reacting to whatever you're doing. So the NPCs that's going to be on the streets will be more interactive. So that's really, really cool. And then bustling traffic. You'll have cars that'll be driving through the city, which we know that was on the first one because there was actually some car chases. But you know, bustling traffic. So it's going to be a lot going on, chat. I mean, so they're putting their heart and soul into this. I mean, just shout out to Insomniac Games, man, because you know, doing this here, man, it's so much that goes into this. All right, so let's look at this right quick. What do I want to look at? Atlas Fallen. Let me pull this up right quick. All right, so Atlas Fallen had dropped a new video today. And I'm gonna pull this up right now. Also, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, which is gonna be featuring Idris Elba, the actor, and also Keanu Reeves, which I played through the first one and I still got my save file, which I think this is dropping in September.
It's moving! Run!
The situation's changed. Need to know if you're with me.
And which the next generation, the next gen update for Cyberpunk was like a night and day difference. If you played this game before the update like I did, you know, it kind of robbed you of the experience that, you know, they gave us after the fact. But I actually ended up playing through the game again a second time and, you know, beating it because I couldn't get my save file to transfer for whatever reason. But anyhow, so check this out. This is Atlas Fallen, another game that's been on my radar, which I believe drops in either August or September of this year. But just check this out and let me know y'all thoughts on this, chat.
Take up the gauntlet. Liberate mankind. Destroy the Sun God. This is Atlas Fallen.
They may actually do a story trailer, Alex. You absolutely right. Just to kind of celebrate the pre-orders going live and the push pre-orders. Again, you ain't really got to push it because it is what it is, but that's just a good way to piggyback off of marketing. So something could drop tomorrow because, as a matter of fact, there was something that they stated in a tweet. Let me see if I can find this. Who shared that? By the way, shout out to Insomniac because they got really, really responsive on my post right here, talking about the collector's edition. This was yesterday. And Insomniac, not only did they like my post, but they also started responding to the people who had questions about how the pre-orders are going to work. And I think I know the guy that actually runs the account for Insomniac. So he says, I tweeted Insomniac and they tweeted back, we're getting them at Smith's. So yeah, they're live on Smith's right now. Like you can pre-order them. If you live, you know, Germany, Australia, France, you can go ahead and get those now. Heimdall, you said you'll be too busy in September to play Cyberpunk. I feel you, bro. What you gonna be playing in September? What you gaming on? Unseeable Ghosts, what's up, man? Yes, sir. All is well. How about yourself? All right. Let me see if I can find what I was trying to show y'all before I got kind of distracted. Guitar Center. Yeah, buddy. Matter of fact, Deezy put me on that Guitar Center years ago. Hey, I know G Davis, N3000. I know you can attest to what I'm saying. Um, Big Deezy used to be all about some Guitar Center. There go Lejeune, me getting prepared for war on the PlayStation Direct store to secure Marvel Spider-Man 2 Collector's Edition tomorrow morning. I'm telling you, man, that the site might mess around and crash, y'all, because everybody and they mama is trying to get that. Yeah, that was a spot. That was a spot for him, man. Hey, Zama, matter of fact, shout out to Zama. You know, welcome to the deeper level. Appreciate you so much for following us here on the channel on Twitch. I didn't get a chance to give you a shout out live because I wasn't live, I don't think, at the time when you actually subscribed or followed us. So I definitely want to give you that shout out now. Appreciate you so much. You're a Bethesda fanboy, so you'll be on Starfield heavy. Elder Scrolls 2 back in the 90s was your first RPG. Hey, you know what? Man, Starfield got a lot going for it. You know, that's a Microsoft title or Xbox exclusive title. And I can't lie. You know, if I had an Xbox, then I'd probably be, well, I really ain't got no excuse because I got Xbox Game Pass. So, you know, that's on my PC, my gaming PC, and also my handheld PC that I just got. So, you know, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so as a matter of fact, Zama bringing that up now. Man, let me tell you something. I like it. I like it. The handheld PC is nice because I can play everything on that one system. The ROG Ally, so like I can play Xbox Game Pass, I can play my PlayStation titles with remote play. I can do, of course, PC games, anything that's on Steam, and then emulators for Nintendo. So, you know, you pretty much with that system got access to it all. And I got to admit, it's fast too. Even on 15 watts, not plugging it up or turbo boosting or anything like that, man, it plays well. So you'll be on PC with it. The mod potential alone has you excited. Hey, I feel you on that, man. Man, appreciate it, Zama. Like real talk. Again, like I tell people, you know, I have a small channel. I don't consider myself to be one of the large YouTubers or whatnot, you know, because again, I really can only dedicate myself to this part-time, you know, because I got a 9-to-5 practically with my day job or whatever in corporate America. But the time that I am able to spend with everybody in the community means a whole lot to me. So appreciate you for that. And I do want to say this too, Zama. I know that you follow us here on Twitch, but I'm also a creator on YouTube. If you don't mind, slide over to YouTube and hit that sub button, man. I really would be grateful for that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for saying that, because that I don't take that for granted. You know, your time means everything. And so the fact that you would, you know, spend any amount of time watching my content, watching my videos, that means the world. Unseeable Ghost, doing good. Say one thing, ready for, yeah, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now, here's the thing about Assassin's Creed. They're also working on Assassin's Creed Red, which is going to be set in like feudal Japan. That right there, like I can't wait to see that. All right, here we go. Let's check out this Atlas Fallen right quick.
Comes hope for humanity.
And then we'll talk about this in just a second.
Enslaved for centuries and worshipped to Thelos, you finally have a way to fight back and grow from one of the unnamed to champion of the people on Atlas.
Come, Gauntlet Bearer.
Meet your gargantuan foes with an arsenal of powerful, magical weaponry and skills that turn enemies to dust again. Don't want to cross the deserts alone? Bring a friend to experience this massive action.
Hey, yeah, for sure, Zama. And again, I'm gonna get back to this. I'll definitely be streaming some of the upcoming games. Like right now, I'm not streaming anything until Final Fantasy 16 drops next week. So like for this next week until that drops, I really just kind of been getting a lot of feedback on doing streams like this you know, just kind of hanging out, chatting and covering different stuff. Actually been getting a real good response on this. So, you know, just kind of been spending a little time mixing it up, doing this kind of content on the channel. But yeah, I'll definitely be streaming the AAA titles. You can count on that. So get ready, get ready.
RPG in seamless drop-in, drop-out co-op.
Now, did y'all hear that, chat? Seamless drop in and drop out co-op combat. All right, so you can do co-op in the campaign.
Atlas was not always the home of wraiths and buried ruins.
Come.
And I gotta
up with
admit, this
you.
game looks
We have
good,
to
yo.
move.
Thelos, the sun god, stripped its people of everything. Homes, lives, even their names. They are
Matter of fact, N3000, how's it coming on Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom? Have you beat it yet?
forced to dig and mine and sift through the wreckage of our world for essence, a magical substance that is raised to his glory.
It is mine. Thelos demands it.
You are but one among these millions, venturing across the sands to deliver essence to the capital. Stumbling across the gauntlet opens up a new path for you and humanity. The ability to explore the realm, brimming with things to discover for the eager adventurer and people who need your help.
Hey, shout out to Tommy. Appreciate that follow over on Twitch. Appreciate it. Welcome to the deeper level. Feel like you're pretty close? Okay, word. That's what's up. Yeah, seems like it's quite a few play hours. Assassin's Creed Code Red sales is gonna go sky high. Hey, real talk, Unseeable. You got one of the hidden blades already? For sure, for sure. Yeah, I hadn't really looked either to see how many play hours it is, but I would imagine it's probably on the 30 plus play hours. And in today's time, you know what? Matter of fact, while we on that subject, y'all, most AAA title games nowadays are about 20 play hours. Most AAA titles, whenever they put a big budget into something, you're generally getting about 20 play hours of the main campaign. Now, that's not doing the side stuff. That's not doing the bonus stuff. That's 20 hours. Now, that has shifted in this generation because the generation of gaming that we come from, myself and N3000, it was nothing for a game to be 50 or 60 play hours. I mean, that used to be standard back in the industry, 50 to 60 play hours. Now, that's not really a thing now. And I guess from a financial standpoint, you know, I see why, because you're hiring all of these actors and voice actors and stuff with these big budgets. Nowadays, it costs about $100 million to make a AAA title video game. Back in the day, the budget wasn't spent on that. Now, I'm going to be honest, and I'm just going to throw this out there. But exactly, in 3060 play hours was the norm. Like, one day I was talking about that, and I mentioned it, and somebody was like, 60 play hours? Oh, that's unreasonable. I'm like, what are you, I mean, games now ain't 60 play hours. You'll be lucky now, like I said, if you get 20 play hours. Now, here's my opinion on that. Okay, I understand that the more play hours a game is the more dialogue, the more content that's got to be in it, the more lines that the voice actors have got to do, and you're paying what their salary is to have them for however many months you need them to record. So I understand if you're doing a 60 play hour game, that pretty much doubles the budget, because then you need the voice actors for that amount of time. But watch this. Even if the budget was not put into, like, say for instance, they got $100 million to make a game. Okay. Well, maybe 70 or 80 million dollars of that money is dedicated strictly to, you know, marketing, voice actors, or whatever that budget is. I would actually be okay with them putting more of the budget into the content of the game than necessarily the flashy actors. I mean, don't get me wrong, these people are good and great at what they do, but what I'm trying to say is, you know, don't sacrifice the content of the game because you're spending so much on a budget to do everything else that in essence back in the day we didn't need all that. Like we didn't know who the actors were, you know, playing these, you know, characters. For instance, Idris Elba, you know, is in the new Cyberpunk. Who knows what that cost in order to make that happen? And yes, it is a great game, and I know he's going to do an amazing job. But what I'm saying is, what if you sacrificed that part of the budget and said, look, we're not going to pay 50, 60 million dollars to just the theatrics and flashiness or A-list people in the game. We're going to put that money into the game, and we're going to double, you know, the play hours of the game. We're going to, you know, just whatever. You see what I'm saying? I mean, because back in the 80s, back in the 90s, in the generation of gaming that we grew up in, I mean, we didn't know who the voice actors were. You know, we didn't know whether they was famous or not. You know, we wasn't even really concerned about that. It didn't take that to sell a game. You know, for instance, even the marketing. And don't get me wrong, some of these games got it coming in. And if you got it to spend, that's cool. And if you can make a healthy marriage between the two, then that's perfectly fine. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's cool to sacrifice the content of a game because you got this big budget with trying to work the marketing and all of that other stuff. Maybe the suits got it figured out, but that's just little old me from the outside looking in. Like I say, if you got enough money, like for instance, Call of Duty, they can go hire a Nicki Minaj to do a commercial. They can go hire a Snoop Dogg and create a character. I mean, this is like a multi-billion-dollar franchise. So I get it. If you can have the money and the budget to do both, then of course do both. For instance, Street Fighter 6, they got Lil Wayne in the commercial. Who knows what that cost? But again, Capcom is a 40-year-old company that's well established. So again, if you can afford to do it, great. But if they said, hey, we're going to make the content bigger for games and make the play hours go longer, but we're not going to be as flashy, like I'd be okay with that. But anyway, that's just me rambling. Fighting like Spartans for, yeah, man, I know, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a fight tomorrow, man. You right about that, Alex.
Complain. We're lucky enough the passage didn't collapse on us.
Crossing the land with your newfound powers is a much easier task than before your discovery. As you explore and empower the gauntlet, your abilities will evolve, letting you fly through the air or glide across the dunes as you see fit. Along the way,
and just look at the
submerged
traversal
structures,
on this game.
chests, and secrets will beckon
The
you to
traversal is
discover them
amazing.
and restore more of the world. Much has been lost, but maybe
And I think
not
it's Focus
forever.
Entertainment that's making
When
this.
will you learn? You are unnamed for a
Hey, shout out
reason.
to my guy
No
Heimdall.
one
Appreciate you,
will
man,
ever
for that sub
notice.
over on YouTube. I
One
just saw that,
more
man. Welcome to the
dead
deeper
on
level
name.
again.
Atlas is a dangerous world, and for the rebellious, even more so. Wraiths stalk the land, eager to shape your grave from the endless dunes.
Okay,
Smaller
so Wraith
enemies are quickly
is, I think
dispatched
that's
with
the
your
name of
ever-evolving
the,
weaponry, but stay on your toes for the legendary
enemies
creatures
that
that
you're
will
fighting
bar your
against.
way.
Maybe that's like
Each
a
is
class
a massive
of enemy.
and terrifying beast that will take all your skill, guile,
And
and
you can see
unique
the battles look
strategies
to be over the
defeat.
top.
Every enemy has weak points, joints, limbs, or other places where the liberal application of force
Hey,
yields
appreciate
great
that, Heimdall. Let me
results.
tell you, man, that
Targeting
ROGLI
these and
handheld
choosing the
PC,
right ones at the right
it's-
moments
it's nice,
is
bro.
key to success on Atlas against its many foes.
When I heard the stories about this gauntlet bearer, I knew we would cross paths again.
Well, a lot has happened. But let's get to someplace safe.
The gauntlet means the sands themselves become your weapon. Each strike creates momentum, building to a mighty shatter attack that crushes your foes. This gets more and more powerful as you fight, leading to a titanic finale of destructive power. Mix and match the Dune Cleaver, Sand Whip, and Knuckle Dust
Dune
with
Cleaver.
more than 100 Essence Stones to build a playstyle that is truly your own.
Unseeable Ghost.
This
This is
provides
definitely
a
one of
myriad
them.
of combina-
This game, Atlas Fallen, is definitely one of the games that I'm looking forward to. the most anticipated game for me right now is going to be dropping next week. That's Final Fantasy 16. If you have not checked out the demo, trust me, do yourself a favor and check out the demo of Final Fantasy 16. So Final Fantasy 16, this Atlas Fallen, definitely Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1. There's another game that I think EA is making, like Elysium or something. It's like a first-person shooter type game, but you're using like magical spells. I think that drops in July. Yeah, hey babe, listen, shout out to my wife Ebony in the building. Appreciate you for coming through the stream tonight. We just hanging out and talking about some Atlas Fallen right now, but just kind of chilling. Always appreciate you for supporting the streams
and find the best way to bring down
my day one right there, y'all.
Whether you intend to impale your enemies, live through the most devastating attacks, or unleash aerial combos, there's a style for you. Essence stones are found all over the world, including from smashing parts off your enemies, as well as being specifically crafted by you.
Has anybody seen The Flash yet?
To get the effects you want. From fluid play styles to big
or is
hits,
anybody going to see The
blocks
Flash?
To dodges and rolls,
because the
you
early night
determine
for that
every
just
part
dropped tonight.
of your build.
Me and my wife actually was gonna go if I had got off early enough, but I got off a little later tonight, or practically regular time. But I would have had the opportunity to get off earlier, and if I had, we would have went to the 6:30 showing tonight. But didn't get a chance to make that. But we're definitely gonna check it out. But has anybody seen it? Watch it when it comes to streaming. You going tomorrow in 3000? Okay, bet. Let me know what you think, because I probably can't get in there by tomorrow, but we're definitely gonna see it sometime this weekend. Not really sure just yet, because again, my schedule has altered and changed since I took the new gig. You forgot about it, man. Hey, I feel, matter of fact, what about Transformers? Have you seen Transformers yet? I ain't even seen that, bro. Like it took me, honestly, like I'm really behind right now schedule wise, because it took me 2 weeks just to see Across the Spider-Verse. Like it took me 2 weeks to see that movie. And chat, normally I'm on something early night, not even opening night. I'm generally in there the day before it comes out. But like I just been behind lately, like I say, because I've been going through a learning curve with the new gig, and just trying to get acclimated with that. I've been putting that priority over my streaming, over movies, and just kind of all that right now, because that's what pays the bills. So that's first priority, if you know what I'm saying. So let's see, he was just on Facebook. Mr. Powers went. He said it was awesome. Can't wait to go see. Okay, so he saw it. Okay. Austin saw it. Yeah, that's one of the esports coaches that my wife is talking about. In fact, I interviewed him on the channel. That was actually our first episode of the Deeper Level. I had the esports coaches both from Texas side and Arkansas side. And so the one from Arkansas side, in fact, he just came back from the Dallas Comic-Con. We was up there this past weekend, but we went for a totally separate function to support my father-in-law, so we didn't go for Comic-Con. But let me tell you, it was a big deal. Hayden Christensen, aka Darth Vader, was there at the Dallas Comic-Con. Let's see who else. Oh goodness, Daredevil was there. Punisher was there. Man, it was some of everybody, chat. So it was a pretty big deal. Okay, so now in 3000, the fun flick you're talking about, are you talking about, was that your response to Transformers, or are we talking about Across the Spider-Verse? Just want to make sure I'm okay, Transformers. Okay, bet. Appreciate you for confirming that. Yeah, I still ain't even seen that, man. Like I said, I'm just kind of behind right now, which I'll see Flash, I'm sure, before I'll see Transformers. But you know, we got to see that too. You know, that's something that Ed was saying we have to see as well. You gonna skip the Flash, Alex? And watching Blue Beetle? Yeah, you know, now Blue Beetle has the actor Swallow in it, which was from Karate Kid. He played Miguel, or not Karate Kid, but Cobra Kai. Miguel from Cobra Kai. So I think that was really great casting for that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be seeing Blue Beetle too. Heimdall, you wish you could go to stuff like that. Have to eat some eat some Valium the whole time. I feel you, bro. I feel you, man.
Exploring and experimenting is half the fun. If that all sounds overwhelming alone, you're in luck. Atlas Fallen
I did hear
supports
too,
co-op play with a friend for its entire campaign.
In 3000, that the opening battle, the opening sequence, and the finale of Transformers was good. He said it struggled a little bit in the middle. And again, I don't really know how that take is. I know only you can confirm that because I hadn't seen it. But he said it opened real strong as far as Transformers, and it closed real strong. You know, there was some spots in the middle or whatever that, you know, didn't really have the best flow. But still, me personally, it's Transformers, man. So, I mean, I'm definitely
A
going to see it.
satisfying challenge on its own. In co-op, the possibilities for character builds and team-up attacks are limitless.
So yeah, this is
Execute
co-op
unique
right here,
combos
chat.
and build
Atlas Fallen,
synergies to even the odds and
just
take
its
the fight
reversal.
to Thelos.
just the sand
Rise
skating.
and conquer the gods in Atlas Fallen.
All right, so this is August the 10th. All right, so August 10th is Atlas Fallen. Like, I'll definitely be playing this, like, hands down. It's a wrap. Definitely playing that. Get this pull back up right quick. Rage, what's up, man? Rage in the building. Shout out to my guy Rage, man. Yeah, that's on PS5, bro. Atlas Fallen is on PS5. And again, this is one of these sleeper titles. You know, it's not, it doesn't have the same attention on it right now as, you know, some of the other bigger games. But Focus Entertainment is a solid development company. Hey, what's up, Webbs? You say you just seen Across the Spider-Verse yesterday. It was mind-blowing. Man, it was gas, bro. Like for real. Like I said, it took me 2 weeks to see it, but, you know, N3000 had already told me, he was like, look, you know, hands down, 12 out of 10. And that's huge, because rarely does he say that about any movie. So when he said it was 12 out of 10, like, I knew that it was great. So I went in there with huge expectations, and let me tell you, I was not disappointed at all. There are several people that's done already said that it's like the best Spider-Man film, period. Okay, and I won't argue with that. Like, I won't argue with that one bit. You know, it's people saying whether it's MC, because to me, they did the best job explaining canon events and the multiverse. Matter of fact, better than the MCU did it. And not only did they explain it better, but they also fixed, in my opinion, they helped the MCU out and set them up to be successful if they run with the direction of what Across the Spider-Verse has already opened up. So, like, you know, MCU's Prowler, like, it's already right there. All they got to do is just run with it. You know, if they mess it up, I mean, you know, they got, it's just like having a huge hole. For instance, like the holes that the offensive line used to create for Emmitt Smith, the Dallas Cowboys, and I hate the Dallas Cowboys, by the way, but the offensive line that they used to have was exceptional. And they would create these huge gaps that even me could have ran through. All right. Don't even have to be an experienced running back. Anybody could have ran with that. So that's what Across the Spider-Verse has done for the MCU. You know, they explained it. They set them up you know, for success, they got this huge hole. All they got to do is just run with it. I mean, like it's already there. A huge lob in 3000 to the MCU. Like if they ruin this, chat, like I don't even write movies. I have nothing to do with, you know, movie production, but they set the MCU up so well that it should be impossible to get it wrong. I mean, it really should be impossible to get it wrong. Yeah, I tell you what, bring me a Coke, babe. I'll take another Coke. Thank you so much. Yeah, it looks clean, man. All right, let me see. It picked up where Bumblebee left off with the soft reboot they did. It's not game changing, but it's fun and worth seeing. I respect that. I feel you. And yeah, like I say, I mean, we gonna see it. You know, it's Transformers, so you know, I gotta support it. Definitely gotta support it. But yeah, Rage, it looks clean, man. That Atlas Fallen, bro, that's one of those sleeper titles. Like I say, that I saw maybe 5-6 months ago. It was put on my radar. And another game that I'm looking forward to is Stellar Blue. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with that, or Stellar Blade. Sorry, Stellar Blade. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with this, but I mean, this game literally looks amazing.
GameFly is the
Let me
best
see
way
if
to
I
try
can
new
get that
games.
pulled up right quick.
Rent it, love it, buy it.
Yeah, so just look at this, chat. Ooh, I forgot how good my sound system is on my computer. Oh my gosh, have I seen it? Hey, Heimdall, hold up. Bro, I actually forgot about it, man. There's a game called The Perceiver and First Descendant. Both of those games were on my radar last year, man, and I actually forgot that it was even coming. Hey, you see, Rage, man, listen, chat, I am not joking. Like, I was dang near in tears with the storyline and how well the experience of playing just the demo of Final Fantasy 16. When I tell you that Square Enix has outdone themselves, like, it's been a long time since we have seen a story in a Final Fantasy game this captivating. Because to me, the storytelling of any Final Fantasy was never mid. All right, I ain't gonna sit here and say that there's any Final Fantasy out there that's mid, but I will say that, you know, Final Fantasy VII set the bar so high that it was really tough. Now, as far as who got the closest to 7, I would say 8 and 10, or 10-2. Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy 10-2 did the best job getting close to Final Fantasy 7, but 7 has always been goated and is still gonna be goated. Don't get me wrong. Final Fantasy 16 is in its own lane, just like 7 is in its own lane. 16, however, did some stuff that I did not expect them to do. Number one, a jump button is in the game, chat. Like, there is a Final Fantasy game with a jump button now, okay? If somebody had told me that beforehand, I wouldn't have believed it. But there is a jump button in the game. All right, the musical score is top notch. It is top notch. It is dark. It's bloody. It's not like Mortal Kombat or Resident Evil bloody, but it's still got its fair share of gore in the game. I mean, they slicing throats, and it's treachery going on. It's betrayal. Some people die in the demo. Like, this is just the demo, y'all. So if you can imagine, in the hour and a half or 2 play hours of the Final Fantasy 16 demo. They give you so much meat. And then the combat, okay? The director of combat had said a couple months ago he designed the game to play like a fighting game. Chat, it plays like a fighting game. And that's tough to describe for RPG. You would have to play it to know what I'm talking about. But let me tell you, yes. Okay, so you played the first beta of First Descendant. Okay, they're getting ready to do another one. Let me know about that, Heimdall. Keep me updated on that because I want to get in on that, man. I've been interested in that game for a minute. When does that release? What's the release date? Yeah, so this right here, chat, I'm telling you, Stellar Blade, it looks good. I thought that we would have seen some more of this game at the Summer Game Fest. I thought they would have at least given us a release date by now, because we saw this announced at the PlayStation Showcase 2 years ago. All right, so this game should literally be ready. But anyway, that's that one. Now let me pull up this other game, The Perceiver. Okay, Webbs. Oh, why you do me like that, Webbs? Why you put me on the spot like that, bro? All right, so let me see if I can explain this. Okay, so yes, Summer Game Fest did announce Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Okay, which is the third installment of the Final Fantasy Remake series. I've already played Final Fantasy Remake. I 100%ed it. I played Final Fantasy Intergrade with the Yuffie expansion, 100%ed it, and I still got my save file because I'm pretty sure all that's going to carry over. Or if it doesn't carry over, they at least got to give us some kind of incentive, because otherwise, if they don't allow it to carry over, then you've basically allowed our 90 to 100 play hours in those other two games to go to waste. So some kind of way they got to tie that in. What scares me though is during the Summer Game Fest, when they was talking about it, they was saying that it's a game that people could jump into fresh, having no knowledge of the previous games. That scares me a little bit, only because I don't think it should be a game. Well, I mean, it's called Rebirth, for crying out loud. So I guess in theory that would make sense, because if it's Rebirth, then you're starting afresh. So I mean, I get it, but still, I just hope that the time we invested into the first two, waiting on this to be the finale, that we're rewarded some kind of way. And I think they should raise the level cap, because the level cap right now is level 50 with the first one, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Intergrade. So I said all that to say this. Seeing what I know about the demo, having played it, seeing how dark the game is, seeing them introduce new mechanics and break the mold of what a traditional Final Fantasy has been. Because they missed the bar with 15. I ain't gonna lie. I played Final Fantasy 15, but they missed the bar with that one. It's not in my top 3 of Final Fantasies. In fact, you know what's in my top 3 of Final Fantasies? Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Final Fantasy 11 online. Those are my top 3 Final Fantasies of all times, like hands down. So 15 was nowhere even in that conversation. And if I had to say my next favorite Final Fantasy, it still wouldn't be 15. I'd go Final Fantasy 8 or Final Fantasy 10-2. Those two are tied for that 4th spot for me. But I'm probably I mean, I'm excited for 16. Like I'm real excited for 16. knowing what I know now after that demo. But however, Final Fantasy Rebirth is going to be the culmination of everything they intended for this remake to be of Final Fantasy VII. But I enjoyed 7 Remake and I enjoyed Integrated Expansion. So I'm really ready for both of them. But since Final Fantasy 16 is coming first, give me that. Yeah, Tactics, man, I really did love it. I really did love it in 3000. Yeah, 10 and 10-2, man. Oh man, 10 and 10-2 was good, man. I mean, it's just, and I remember the days of, you know, going over Ken's crib, you know, me and Theron, and just playing 10-2, man, till like midnight. Sometimes we would put in 7 or 8 hours, 8 play hours, like it wasn't nothing. I don't know if y'all remember the Cloister of Trials on Final Fantasy X-2, where it was like 60 floors or something like that, and you had to climb all the way up. And once you made it to the top, you had to fight against Tremor. He was a monk, and boy, let me tell you, Tremor would put them hands on you. And one of the most satisfying things about Final Fantasy, man, you bringing back some memories now. You're bringing back some memories now in 3000. One of the most satisfying things about Final Fantasy X-2 was getting the Iron Duke. Once you got that Iron Duke accessory, like it gave you plus 100% on every stat. So you practically had 200% strength, 200%. I mean, the statistics was crazy back then. But yeah, the story of Tactics with Ramza was the main protagonist. Gafgarion, all of those characters. Tactics was beautifully done. The first Tactics was amazing. I really, really liked it a whole lot. But yeah, 10-2, you know, Sin and man, chat, Final Fantasy, man, Final Fantasy done put out some hits. I mean, like it just, it ain't no way around it. Yes, that is Tekken 8. Tekken 8, my brother. This was 2 months ago. Looks like gameplay from
Get ready for the next
Kazuya
battle.
and King in the hangar stage. And that's finna drop. Matter of fact, I don't even know what the release date is on that, but that's finna drop. But man, bro. One more game, The Perceiver. I don't even know if y'all done seen this or not, chat, but this right here, I thought this is what this was. Now this is a PlayStation exclusive, but when they showed Zero, okay, so Phantom Blade Zero, they showed this at the PlayStation Showcase, which combat wise, chat,
What's your plan?
this and the Perceiver
Knowing you have only 66 days to live.
is on a whole nother level. Like this development team from Japan, S Game, I mean, this is just beautiful. Check out the combat. And are y'all seeing, hold up, are y'all seeing the rain bouncing off of his back as he runs? Like, look, you see the raindrops hitting him and bouncing off? Just watch the combat.
Just run away. It won't make
Forget the
any
graphics, just
difference
watch
at
the
end of
combat.
day.
And see, and again, that's why I'm saying, like, if you can have both and do both, wonderful. But don't ever sacrifice combat for graphics. I mean, yes, it's 2023 and we want a game to look amazing. But what's better than a game looking amazing is a game that plays amazing.
You know better than anyone else. That no one could escape.
Just watch the combat, chat.
Everyone wears a mask. You too. This is a real face.
He let you live? What secret did you sell him?
Ooh, boy, your boy get busy, man. I'm telling you. Look at the blocking and parrying. And that's one of the things that I liked about Sifu so much was the combat. All right, let me see. Y'all might not like me for this, but the only Final Fantasy games I played was the OG7 Tactics and Dirge of Cerebrus. Now I want to ask, could I jump into 16 not having played the rest of them? Okay, so yes, you can jump into 16 and not play the rest of them because 16 is its own story, going in a totally different direction. So yes, there is a history of the crystals, but you'll find that mentioned in every Final Fantasy game that you play. You're always going to see chocobos. There's going to be a Cid in every game. There's going to be what else? Mughals are in the lore of Final Fantasy. So they'll take some of those components from the other games in every one that they do, and you'll always see them, you know, kind of build around those foundations for Final Fantasy. But yeah, like, now check this out. Now, hey, Novel, what's up, buddy? We just chilling, man. Now, what N3000 is saying is you want to take that to heart, because he really telling the truth. Like, especially if you got a free moment. Like, I think they even remade 10 and 10.2. Like, they updated them. Or not remade them, they remastered them. So if you can play 10 and 10.2 and FF7 Remake, you really be doing yourself a favor by playing those. But no, you don't have to have played those to play 16. Definitely play 16, but what I'm saying is 10 and 10.2, man, it'll bless you, bro. It'll bless you. Like, real talk. Let's see, are 10 and 10.2 on PC or available on PS5? It should be both. 10 and 10.2, they should have a remastered version for PS5 and also PC. You have 15, but played a couple of hours of it. Thought it was boring, to be honest. It is. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It is. Like, when 15 came out in 2015, because it's been a minute since we had a Final Fantasy, y'all. Or a new one, rather. You know, you had the 7 remake and stuff, but as far as a new one to the series that was brand new, not expounding on anything old, it's been a long time. So Final Fantasy 15, I more or less played it out of obligation, just because Square Enix is, you know, my favorite development team. So, but as far as the game, man, it wasn't really an enjoyable experience. Yep, that's right. That's right, N3000. Stranger of Paradise. Okay, so here's the thing about Stranger of Paradise. Square Enix didn't make it. Okay, it is a Final Fantasy game, but Square Enix didn't make it. Team Ninja made it. All right, Team Ninja is an incredible development team. They brought us Ninja Gaiden Black, the Dead or Alive series. They are an amazing development team. I think what threw a lot of people off by Stranger of Paradise, that Final Fantasy universe, is that, in fact, it's supposed to be the prequel. It's supposed to be the events that talked about, you know, the Bringer of Light, you know, all of that stuff. I played through it, beat it. Now the expansions that came out for it, I did not play those, but it introduced us to people like Gilgamesh and you know, legendary characters. For what it was okay, but it's not one of them games that I'd be like, look, you missing out on something if you don't play it, because you really not. But it plays more like a Souls game is the difference. If you like Souls games, then you'll love Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise. If you are not a big Souls person like me, I wasn't. I've never been a Souls person. Now, I did play this most recent Souls game, which, man, I done forgot the name of it now. It'll come back to me in a second. Don't get old, people. Don't get old. Let's see. It was blurry on the PC, even at max setting. Gave you a headache playing it. Well, and I'll say this too. No, it's not Elden Ring, Heimdall. Like, this is a recent Soul game. The one that's kind of like the Japanese themed. And I don't know. I just beat it. Like, when it came out. I don't know why the name ain't coming to me right. Wulong. Wulong. That's the name of it. So Wulong is really the first Souls game that I played and enjoyed. But if you love Souls games, then you'll love Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise, because it's a Souls game. But yeah, that's just kind of how their development style of games looks. Team Ninja. That's just the way they make their games look. It's kind of got that blurry, and I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, but Phantom Blade Zero. Okay, so this is on my radar, but then the Perceiver. When they first showed Phantom Blade Zero at the showcase, I thought the Perceiver is what they was finna show. All right, so check this out, chat. And this looks good too. Matter of fact, I love the fact that they're making all of these samurai games with sword play, because that's my style of play right there. Especially since Tenchu, I was really hoping they would redo a Tenchu stealth assassin.
只要我心不散，大唐就不会亡。
那就再唱下去吧。到底是人活进了戏里，还是戏本就因人而在？
何执意要起？兵科之祸。
Yeah, the combat on this is just as elaborate as the combat on Phantom Blade Zero. I mean, from the sword blocking to the parrying.
"且让你们体会杀戮之苦。
Shadows look nice too. Right. Okay, N3000. That's the word that I was looking for. Appreciate you on that. They're traditional with the martial arts and the overall presentation. That's exactly what I was meaning, the traditional style martial arts, because this is what you used to see back in, you know, like the feudal Japan days and stuff, which I know stuff like wushu and the kung fu styles are a lot more flashy. You know, like it's kind of new age, you know, kung fu, and which don't get me wrong, as far as a movie, oh, I love it. You know, it's over the top. You know, you can't beat it. Sifu was like that, with wushu style martial arts. But with these games, Phantom Blade Zero and the Perceiver like this, they're more traditional with the martial arts style, and that's what I like about what they doing here. And I hope that Assassin's Creed Red, Code Red, is just like that too. And see, it just looked like this plays well. Yes, Ghost of Tsushima Part 2. Ain't no telling what that's gonna look like, chat. Cause we know Ghost of Tsushima 1, even though it was a PS4 game, that game was ahead of its time. Like, they got every ounce of what the PS4 Pro was capable of out of that production.
戏还没演完吗？
Now just watch this boss battle. I'm assuming that's what this is.
天下易主，救星不存，你还能为何而战？
大唐之命系于斯年，人在，则唐不灭。
天下是苍生的天下，梁还是唐，这两个字重要吗？
大唐福泽万年，逆贼杀戮无道，如何相提并论
Man, I'm telling you, dude going nutty, man.
一将功成万骨枯，总有人要在阴影里背负罪孽。 你那戏里的唐，真是你心中所念的唐吗？
Man, listen. Telling you, chat, there's some bangers coming. Don't get me wrong, like I say, I'm excited for all of the AAA titles that's coming up, the big brand name games. But it's stuff like this right here that is really what keeps the flow of gaming alive. Because again, these AAA titles, like I say, it takes so long to make, and they space them out because again, they don't want to compete with other AAA titles, you know, especially if it's first party developers. So you may have a 2 or 3 year gap between some of these major titles. Who wants to play a game once every 3 years? Nobody. So what I'm saying is what helps to keep the flow of gaming going is projects like this. Your indie developers, you know, people putting stuff like this out, because this is what tides us over. This is what helps to break up those gaps that we have to take from, you know, AAA title to AAA title. So like I say, it's some heat. Welcome back, Alex. In fact, we are getting ready to wrap stuff up. I got a nice Coke waiting on me downstairs, so I'm gonna go and have a Coke and a smile. Got to get ready for an early work day. But check it out. If you are not subscribed to us or you do not follow us over on Twitch, go ahead and hit that follow button. Hit that sub button if you want to. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you get 1 free sub a month that you can use to your favorite Twitch streamer. So hopefully that is me. If you do not follow me on Twitch, go ahead and hit that follow button. Also over on YouTube, make sure that you also hit that subscribe button on YouTube as well. And again, I am your host, Deeper Depths, and we're getting ready to sign out Webb's Infamous. No, I have not played any of the Infamous games. I think, what was that, Sucker Punch was the development team. I've heard great things about it, and a lot of people were saying at this last PlayStation Showcase that they were hoping that a new Infamous project gets announced. So no, I have not played any of those, but I've heard great things about them. Now there's also, let me throw this in there for free, there's also a anime showcase that's coming up, and they did confirm that Bandai will be at the showcase. So we may get a reveal of Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 4. We may get a reveal of that. And I'm really hoping that we do, because we know that that's coming, and I'm expecting it sometime this year. But again, 2023 got some bangers out there, y'all. It's a lot to play right now. But anyway, good luck to everybody who's going after a pre-order of the Spider-Man 2 tomorrow. Don't forget that's going to go live at 9 o'clock. So good luck to everybody. Hope that each and every one of you that's going for it gets it, and that you get a copy. And I mean, hey, if not, it's not the end of the world, but let's shoot for it. But anyway, appreciate you for tuning in to the Deeper Level. Again, I'm your host, Deeper Depths, and we will see